Well, hello there. And welcome
Hello.
to Talking Tennis. It is the Australian Open and it starts in 7 minutes. So, you might be thinking, great, well, what are we going to do? Which match are we going to start our Australian Open off with? And for me, it was a no-brainer. It has to be probably a really fascinating match between Leylah Fernandez and Sara Bejlik. Leylah Fernandez, obviously been a promising young player for a while. Sara Bejlik, the next generation coming through, 17 years old from Czechia, qualifier. I've not seen Bejlik play before, so I'm looking forward to seeing how she performs. And obviously, I'm a big fan of Leylah Fernandez. She is one of the few players I will pretty much watch every match of if possible. So I'm very excited to have with me watching this amazing match. It's Ashley Woods who's back on Talking Tennis. Ashley, how you doing?
I'm back and better than ever. I'm great. It's happy slam season. It's my second favorite slam of the year. We're in here. I'm so excited. Um, I'm so excited that tennis is finally back. I'm so excited that I don't have to hear nonsensical off-season talk anymore. I'm just ready to watch tennis and be all about talking tennis for a little bit. And I get to watch one of my favorite younger players, Leylah Fernandez. It's so great.
Yeah, I think I'm right in saying you're a Leylah fan, right?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. I think Australian Open is there's a lot of topics that we can cover with this. Like, there's always too many to cover in 5 minutes before the match starts. Really. And by the way, for those watching, we will be joined by we're expecting to be joined by Isabel and Bianca during the course of this match. So it's going to be full team ready for this Australian Open. But yeah, I mean, what are you most excited about this Australian Open, Ashley? We haven't had you on the channel yet. What stories are you keeping an eye on, men's side and women's side?
Oh, that's a great question. I am, I guess for the women's side, I'm definitely looking at, Sabalenka and how she handles a title defense, especially a Grand Slam title defense. She has a bit of a tricky draw. So I'm looking forward to seeing, or not tricky, but eh, it can be tricky.
She has the easiest draw of the top four seeds.
We are talking about Arnya Sabalenka. She will make it more complicated than it needs to be.
But that's her fault. That's not the other player's fault.
Like, it'll be tricky for her. Okay. Because we don't know what Sab's going to deal with. So I'm interested in seeing how she handles the title defense. I'm also interested in seeing how Iga navigates through her draw. I would like to see if she can make it to the final. I think that would be kind of cool for her, especially since, Australia hasn't been not too kind to her. So to see her finally break through at this first slam would be really fun for me to watch. And then on the men's side, well, there's always the glory, the allure of Novak chasing history now that he has tied Margaret Court for the all-time record of most Grand Slams. There's the aspect of him maybe breaking it here in Australia would be the place that I would bet that he would break it since he's won it 10 times. But, there's some other people, there's Alcaraz, there's Sinner. So I'm just seeing who actually steps up and challenges Djokovic for this. So there are a couple of things that I'm looking at this Australian Open that I'm kind of looking forward to. Those are the two biggest ones. And of course, anything that Coco does, I'm seated, present, and accounted for. So
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting you're saying that. I mean, it's very public on Twitter, but I've actually think that Coco's going to make the final over Arena.
I mean, I picked that too because I'm a Coco fan and I'm just
Mhm.
gonna be right behind her. Um, but I would really like for her to get to the final here at Australia. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, yeah, I think that'd be great. I think that would be an absolutely brilliant. Yeah, brilliant situation for that one. That's not working properly. Apologies, I may be fiddling with stuff in the background, guys, but I hope you're enjoying it. By the way, those of you who are watching, I mean, we've got a few of you here. Thanks for joining. Those of you who are watching on X, on YouTube, Twitch, get in the live chat or reply to the live stream on Twitter and just let us know, your thoughts on this match, anything Australian Open related. We'll probably be talking about all kinds of Australian Open topics during this live stream of Leylah Fernandez versus Sara Bejlik. Obviously, before anyone gets excited, we're not going to be actually showing the match. We're not allowed to do that, but we will be describing as best we can how we're doing, so about how the players are doing, and we'll be chatting all kinds of fun tennis topics throughout the match. Let's talk a little bit about the players we're about to watch, and maybe we'll get into more detailed tennis topics as people send them into us. So I think we can talk for ages about Leylah. So let's save that for the warm-up when the players come out on court. Sara Bejlik, have you ever seen her play? Because I haven't.
I have not, but I did a little bit of research when I was on
As
waiting
to be
to come
expected
on.
from a professional journalist.
Ooh, don't use professional journalists. Don't do that. Ooh, that just scared me.
So close.
Jesus. And she won an event last year. I'm blanking on the name right now because I just got scared of the fact you called me a professional journalist. But she won, I believe it was a WTA 125. I believe, or like Challenger 125. So I'm looking forward to see more of her game. She's a lefty, so it's lefty on lefty, if I'm correct. If Leylah is a lefty, I can't remember sometimes.
Yeah, Leylah's a lefty. Yep.
Yeah, so lefty on lefty battle. This should be interesting. There's always that learning curve of new players that have never played before, playing against each other. But I'm really excited to see what Sara brings to the table. Haven't watched her much at all. So this is something that I wanted to tune in mainly because I just wanted to see what Sara was all about.
Yeah, same. I mean, I was going to watch this match anyway because when Leylah versus qualifier was announced on the draw. Oh, excuse me a second. I need to mute my TV so I don't.
Well, while he mutes the TV, if you are not subscribed to Talking Tennis already, go ahead and subscribe. We bring all types of analysis and whatnot to the world of tennis.
Indeed, and that is very much analysis and whatnot is the order of the day. Right, yeah, so Sara Bejlik, yeah, I've heard good things. Obviously, she's very hyped, but I probably would have wanted to watch the match that Sara was in. I definitely wanted to watch the match Leylah was in. So it's very happy to see that they are here and ready to go. And like my stream started, fantastic. So the players are probably about to come out on court.
Yes.
On the John Cain Arena, which is one of the three main arenas. So actually, this is the main match that's going to be going on one of the stadiums to start with before play on the two main courts, Rod Laver Arena and Margaret Court Arena, get underway. And we'll probably be keeping an eye on some scores there. We do have other live streams planned over the course of it. So we'll let you know when those other matches start, if those are matches that you're more interested in. But, I'm having a look at our planned live streams, and I believe that, we're doing Cilic versus Marochan starting about 1:15 a.m. Yes, John, go Leylah. Yeah, we are. We've got two Leylah fans in the house, so it might be slightly biased commentary. But we're going to try and see what Sara brings to the table. So speaking of Leylah,
yes,
Ashley, talk to me about where do you think Leylah Fernandez is at right now? Because she had a pretty strong end to 2023, and she picked herself up right at the very end.
Yeah, she had, I believe it was an 8-match win streak towards the end of 2023, and I'm blanking on who ended the streak, but she did pick herself up, and fortunately it was on hard court, and you're transitioning onto a hard court swing, and she actually had performed pretty well during United Cup over the last couple of weeks. She lost to Sakari, so she's 1-1 on the year. I think she's in a good spot heading into the Australian Open. She has some matches under her belt. She's not going to this tournament kind of green or whatever, with no match play or anything. So I think she should be confident based on how she ended 2023 and how she has started so far, even with the loss to Sakari. She should be confident going into this match with her form and where her game is at. I don't see anything that would tend to me to be a little bit scared about where her game is at currently.
I definitely don't think you should be scared at all if you're a Leylah Fernandez fan. Judging by the end of it, she did play the United Cup. I think she won one, lost one. She lost to Sakari in a tough one, and then who I think she beat the Chilean girl.
Yes, I'm blanking on her name right now.
Same.
See, I'm not a professional journalist. I would have remembered those names.
So that's all right. Maybe someone who might remember is another member of our team who we're going to bring in now if they're ready. So yeah, please welcome Bianca. Bianca, how are you doing?
Incredible segue.
I unfortunately do not remember.
Dang.
Get off. I'm removing you now. So yeah, okay, never mind. But yeah, so Bianca, where are you on the Leylah Fernandez train?
I am fully on it. Obviously, I'm living in Canada right now, so the support for her is heavy. I've just been quietly waiting for her comeback, watching her build over the last 6 months, but really since the US Open 2021 final. I feel like Leylah is someone who should definitely have results like that again. And so I'm hoping for that from her this year.
Yeah, I agree. She's got so much potential, and I don't see why she couldn't do that 2021 final run again. Because that would be awesome. And the ability to beat players like the way she did, like Osaka, Sabalenka, Svitolina, Kerber, really pushing Raducanu in that final. Why couldn't she do that again? I think it would be nice to have her in the mix for that. And certainly at the end of last year showed that she could do that, obviously leading Canada to the BJK Cup win, doing well in Asia. Maybe the Sakari win locked her back a bit, but she's even some of the losses she had last year, and even that loss to Sakari, very much showed that she could compete with those players at the very top, which is what we want to see. So we should want to see, I think. Okay, well, let's talk a bit about her opponent, because obviously Ashley and I have not actually seen Sara Bejlik play before. Have you, Bianca?
I have not. I have not seen her play.
It's going to be a learning curve for us.
Yeah.
Learning experience. We're going to discover someone new and exciting, the latest talent in tennis.
Uncharted waters.
That Czechoslovakian flag, though, that comes with a sort of pedigree. So I'm expecting
some
sort of performance from her. We'll see.
It's a lefty battle.
Slovaks feel about Czechoslovakia being mentioned there. Yeah, well, the players are on court now. They just walked out.
Yes, I was just about to ask. So, are we on the same page? Players are walking out on the court.
You see Leylah Fernandez walking on court. She's got this sky blue outfit on.
I think
maybe not. Sorry, no, it's lilac actually, maybe with a white jacket.
That's purple, Nicholas. That is
lilac. It's lilac,
which is a purple.
Okay, I originally saw it went sky blue, and then the camera light got better. I was like, no, that's definitely more purple.
Yeah, blame the camera light. You blame the camera light.
Well, I can't say I'm colorblind.
I'm not going to say you're colorblind. I'm just poking fun, Nicholas. Jeez.
No, because I would be lying.
A professional journalist lie? Would I ever?
Let's not get into that.
Okay.
Ashley, you were right in saying that you definitely weren't lying by saying Sara Bejlik won a WTA 125K at the end of last year. I'm having a look at her run now, and she actually had a pretty good run. She beat Anna Bondar in the first round. She's like a regular on the WTA tour. She beat Udvardi in the quarterfinals, Podoroska in the semifinals, and then Diane Parry in the final. Not exactly players who are not exactly players who are well-established WTA and tour names, but nevertheless, they're kind of players that you should be beating week in, week out if you're going to have some success on the tour.
Definitely.
Well, we've got one more person to add into the mix, which this may end up being an absolute chaos stream, because you know what happens when you put the three of us on, sort of all of us, like me and Ash and this person on before. So hopefully, Bianca, your job is to keep us keep some kind of order in place.
Okay.
If you watched our Madrid final commentary from last year, you know what I'm talking about. It's the one and only Isabel, who I added as she's taking a sip of tea. Hello, how are you doing?
Isabel.
That's
I am
quite
going
an
to find a way.
introduction.
Hello, everybody.
We're already off the rails.
What do you expect? We don't have John here to keep us reined in.
John never keeps us reined in. Well,
That's
hello.
fair enough. Oh no, I'm cutting Isabel out there.
We done lost Isabel. We done-
I'm trying to find out a way of making sure we're not super small on this, but we'll work it out.
Well, we're not the important ones. You know, the match stats and stuff. That's what we care about.
Exactly.
Okay. Got to tell everyone what the score is. We'll play. I can play around with it. But yeah, Isabel, how are you doing? Excited for Australia?
Yes, I've just spent the last 20 minutes trying to figure out how to watch it. That is why I was late.
Are you battling with ESPN Plus?
Look, I can't even. It's so frustrating. My parents got rid of cable this year, so I haven't been able to use their cable subscription. For anyone in the US knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have that anymore. And annoyingly, when you pay for ESPN Plus, you don't actually get to watch the main feeds that they have. So even if I had ESPN Plus still, I wouldn't be able to watch the final, which is just irritating. So I've just been going back and forth with different streaming services, trying to figure out what's the cheapest way I can watch it. Like what's the cheapest monthly fee, so I can just cancel it as soon as it's over.
I've literally just done the same in the UK, to be honest. I've had to sign on to Discovery Plus to watch this match.
Shout out to my dad for having ESPN Plus.
Bianca, what are you watching on in Canada?
TSN Plus usually, but I could not find this match on there, so we're doing a little Bet365 right now.
Okay, not sponsored.
That's surprising that they're not showing one of their
Actually,
star
it's Leylah
players.
in Canada.
Definitely, it's on here somewhere, but I have I don't know what version I have. It comes with my TV, so I'm just struggling to find where it is. Usually they have the Canadians matches playing over everyone else. So
maybe one to have a hunt around for, maybe in a quiet moment. Yeah. So obviously, Isabel, you probably heard us talking a bit about Sara, Leylah Fernandez, how we're feeling about her. And Sara Bejlik, we've actually watched her play before. She's a very much sort of anticipated talent on the tour. Do you want to throw your hat in the ring on those topics?
I haven't seen much of Leylah in the past season. I did see her play doubles at the US Open with Taylor Townsend. That was a really fun experience. And she did look great, but I don't know what her sort of single season was like in 2023. So I don't really know what her prospects are coming in, but I mean, I can only hope, because I love her style. I would really love to see another run like in the US Open. And her opponent today, I don't know her at all, so I'm going to rely on you to tell
Sara
me.
Bejlik is a player that none of us have watched before, but that's because she's not really had a lot of Grand Slam experience. She is 17, so a big prospect from Czechia, lefty, as we can see from the warm-up. A player that has been touted as one of the next big things coming through. That's probably the main things we need to know going into this. So it's nice to see we've already got a new subscriber, by the way, on the stream. So hello to you. Thank you for joining in, and hopefully you're going to enjoy the ride as we go. It may be my two mates who I just sent the live stream to. So if you're in the stream, Jack, let me know. Not Jack Edwards. Jack's probably getting some well-earned sleep, but we want to see your comments as well. So obviously, this is the first match of the Australian Open we're going to be covering. So throw all your Australian Open topics at us. We're all opinionated people. We will happily throw our hats in the ring on anything you want to throw to us. So any thoughts on this match? Any thoughts on the Australian Open going into it? as we carry on with it. Hey, thanks for subscribing. Whoever did that. Leylah's still out on serving practice. Sara Bejlik is sat down. So while we're waiting for the match to just about get underway, let's go to Bianca. Bianca, what stories are you most excited about from this Australian Open? Ahead of this Australian Open.
I'm excited to see Aryna Sabalenka, to see how well she does trying to defend her maiden slam. I'm hopeful. She's obviously been playing pretty well this year, but the US Open final kind of scarred me a bit. So I don't know how much I trust her to defend this, even though her draw looks pretty favorable. I'm interested to see like everyone who's on sort of a comeback, to see how they do. Naomi Osaka, Angelique Kerber, all those guys. And I'm interested to see Djokovic, if he's going to be able to do number 11. I feel like for him, anything but a trophy would be an upset. So interested to see if we get that or we get him winning for the 11th time there.
Yeah, I think those are going to be the headline names. So the title defenders. Yeah, Sabalenka, to see how she copes with the situation. Djokovic is going to be difficult to stop him getting number 11. I'm going to do commentary here because we're underway. Second serve for Bejlik. No, it's Let on the first serve. So first point in the match, Bayek's wearing a black dress, black visor, serving, goes down the tee on the second serve, backhand Fernandez, but that is a double fault to start the game, and it's love 15. So that's what my stream's at. Where am I at compared to you lot?
For once, I'm actually ahead.
Me too.
Oh. Bianca?
I'm always ahead, yeah.
Okay.
I don't even want to say where I am right now.
So I am the last one in the mix. That's absolutely fine. Doesn't surprise me. Drop shot from Bejlik as Fernandez comes in, crosses, and Bejlik nets it, trying to pick off the volley. Love 30. Okay, well, I think I probably can't be that behind. So maybe for our European viewers, I'll keep going. I think, obviously, I'm aware that, but maybe I'll come to you guys for some from point by point if you want to have a go. If you don't, that's also fine. But yeah, we've got this opening game here. They're trading lefty forehands at the minute. Bejlik just clears the net with that one. Leylah goes up the line with that backhand from Bejlik. Backhand Leylah, cross court, slice from Bejlik on the defense. Leylah's starting well here on the attack with her forehands, coming in behind it. Bejlik nets, love 40. Strong start from Fernandez in this first game. You guys have probably already seen her winning this game. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, this is weird. Me being the last one in the queue.
I love the little new score graphic that they have this year. It's kind of sleek. I kind of like it.
It's really good. Yeah, they've definitely upgraded their graphics this year.
They've upgraded everything. I don't know if anyone else subscribes to Racket Magazine, but I was reading something of theirs just yesterday. Apparently, the Australian Open has gone all in on like player amenities this year. They've spent like millions and millions of dollars upgrading everything. So
okay,
it might be a much sleeker tournament.
They do like to be sort of the leading tours. Bejlik puts a backhand up the line into the tram line, and Fernandez already breaks. I mean, you can see the tournament's sponsored by Google Pixel. That's probably a sign of like trying to get all the tech on board. Yeah,
I wondered where all that money came from.
Yeah, it's the Google money.
They also upped the prize money by about $10 million.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm not subscribed to Racket Magazine, but I saw that tweet like going around.
Yeah.
Which I think is a great thing. I mean, honestly.
Oh well, look, the players have got to make a living. Inflation's affecting them as well.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it's affecting them, but you know, they gotta get paid for their work.
They've got to afford paying for all those plane tickets and hotels, or Airbnbs, whichever one they do.
You know, it's interesting here. I don't think we see a lot of matches with two lefties.
No, we don't.
Yeah, the lefty v lefty dynamic is interesting because they're not used to playing each other either. So far, Leylah seems to be coping with it best.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it Leylah coming out firing, or is there some early nerves from Bejlik here? Isabel?
I mean, I imagine there might be some nerves from Bayek. This is like her. I mean, again, I don't know her career, but this could be like one of her sort of first big stage experiences. Am I wrong?
She has been to a Grand Slam before. I just had her stats up. She's
been to all three. She's been to three except for Wimbledon. So she was at the 2022 U.S. Open, 2023 Australian, and French.
Okay. Well, then she might not be nervous. It could just be, Leylah is coming in strong.
It could be a bit of both. I mean, it's her second Australian, and so she's literally about to turn 18. She turns 18 on the 31st of January. So she would have been 16, 17 when she first played the US Open. But she'd gone out first round of qualies after the French in Wimbledon and US Open last year. This year, she's never been past the first round of a slam, but you would expect that from someone who's still a teenager, really. But she has just won a WTA 125K.
Okay.
So yeah, not bad. But that's a lovely forehand winner from Fernandez. I'm just seeing on the replay. Interesting dynamic here. Oh, yeah, look at that 1-2 inside out forehand from Leylah. That just makes me happy to watch.
The good old fashioned Leylah Fernandez inside out forehand. Good. I say old fashioned like she's been around for forever.
Yeah, she's not 21 years old.
Well, dang, she's younger than me. Oh my god.
It's like when I hear commentators talking about like vintage Alcaraz. I'm like, what do you mean vintage? She's the kids.
The kid's not even 20 yet.
Yeah.
Is he 20 now? No, he is 20.
He's 20. He's 20.
I don't know. I feel like him and Coco are always going to be 19 in my mind.
Yeah, right.
Isabel, Coco is still 15 in my mind.
Yeah. Well, she's been a teenager for like so long that every year I'm like, is she 20 yet? No, not yet. All right. Is she 20 now?
She's gonna be 20 this year.
She's gonna be 20 in March.
Nah, she's gonna be 19 forever.
Maybe in some people's minds. Yeah, she's gonna turn 20 in March.
Okay.
So yeah, this is the last slam where we have teenage golf.
Oh.
And if she could just win
crazy.
one more before she turns 20, that would be so cool.
Oh, Bayek's fought back, taking this game to juice. She's actually Fernandez had to run out of court to run down. She ran all the way out of court to hit inside out forehand, which left the court wide open because she hit right to Bejlik, who then put it in the court. So that was a bit of a tactical error from Fernandez there. Maybe getting a little bit too confident. So we're at juice at the minute. They're trading forehands. Backhand up the line from Fernandez. Back forehand cross-court Bejlik. Forehand cross-court Fernandez. Moon ball from Bejlik. Forehand up the line from Fernandez. Bejlik nets under pressure from Fernandez. Fernandez is the one who's definitely applying a bit more kind of pressure on these points at the minute. Bajek's doing her best to keep up, but we'll see what happens when she gets kind of warmed up into the match a little bit. Although having said that, it looks pretty hot out there conditions-wise already. Yeah,
it's not the Australian Open if it's not 100 degrees outside.
Does anyone know anything about the weather? Are we predicted to needing to have the heat exhaustion rule anytime this week, or is it
I'm gonna look up the weather.
Yeah. Okay. The weather brought to you on Talking Tennis.
All right. Let's see. Well, it's incredibly humid, but it doesn't seem to be too hot just yet. I think it's only about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Celsius, I don't know. 19,
like most of
20, something like that.
American, we'll stick with Fahrenheit and I'll just be lost.
So it doesn't seem too hot today, but it is really humid as usual.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here we go. Yeah, that can't be right. 62 Fahrenheit to 16 degrees Celsius. Okay, so
something like that.
It's
whatever.
Not that hot.
That for me, that's like a nice warmth rather than a baking warmth.
Yeah.
Okay, Bajek went to the first point in her serve on my screen anyway. Yeah. Okay, so we've got some fun ideas here. Bianca, what are your thoughts on sort of what we're seeing so far in this match?
I mean, I think from Bajek we're getting maybe a little bit of nerves. I think the way a lot of Leylah Fernandez matches goes, it sets, usually to 3. So I feel like we might get that here if things settle during this set, but I don't like to give predictions before the set is done because I feel like so much can change.
Yeah, especially with only one break in the mix and so early on. Bejlik is 30 love on my screen, so she might get this game. She's got a let called off Fernandez and had to come in behind it. Volleys. Fernandez is going to run it down. Passing shot winner from Fernandez. That wasn't super assertive from Bejlik. He's kind of shrugging and saying something to her box, saying she couldn't do anything. Or something along those lines. I'm assuming that's what that means. I don't know. I don't speak Czech. Does anyone here speak Czech?
Unfortunately not.
Can they speak Czech and also lip read?
That's a good point.
I just speak American, so
not English. American.
Not even English.
I still can't get my head around American. Keen, we're going to stick with the Fernandez match. The Sinner match starts at about half an hour, just over half an hour. We might just keep an eye on the scores, but we're here for Leylah. I think we're all here for Leylah, to be honest. Are we all Leylah Fernandez fans on this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. So, yeah, this is going to be a celebration of Leylah Fernandez, particularly if she wins. Either that, or we're going to be discovering. We're also going to be discovering Sara Bejlik together, and I think it's an intriguing matchup, especially as people have said with the lefty v lefty rivalry. I can't remember when the last big sort of well-known lefty on the WTA tour was in terms of like being super successful.
Angelique Kerber.
Oh yeah, Kerber.
Three Grand Slam winner Angelique Kerber.
Hang on. Do you know what I think Miles has been getting to me?
I'll be honest though, I didn't know she was a lefty, so that's news to me.
Okay, I feel a bit better now.
Oh dear.
I wasn't in my defense
for a while, so
yeah, she hasn't been around, and when she was at her peak, I have to admit I was not paying as much attention to the WTA as I am now. So
that's fair. That's fair.
Don't shame me.
WTA has become more interesting in the last couple of years, and I think actually the slam I realized that was the 2021 US Open during Leylah's run, because like some of her matches I was watching them and going, oh, this is amazing. Is this always like this?
It wasn't like that when Serena was cooking the girlies.
No, it wasn't. I think there was a time when it was like, is Serena winning? Yes. Yeah, it's either yes, and if no, it's like, well, who is? I don't know. Somebody.
If Serena was winning, I would turn off the match because it's like, well, she's just gonna win.
Yeah, it just that inevitability, right?
Yeah.
She's had such an edge. Bike's got the game, by the way, so a change of ends. Kian, if you want to tell us what's happening in Arnaldi Walton, go for it. I'd be interested to know why you think that's a more interesting match. I have never watched Walton play, and Arnaldi I've seen a couple of times, but I definitely think in terms of like a next gen match, this is where it's at. Fernandez Bejlik. But yeah,
I've noticed. I don't know if anyone else has. Sara likes to slice a lot. She likes that slice. I don't know if it's like her trying to get comfortable with like absorbing Leylah's pace, but she has sliced quite a bit early on through 3 games. So,
and slice is not something we see super often on the WTA tour. I mean, Ash Barty was famous for it. Mukova does it a fair bit, but yeah, maybe it's a Czech thing.
Vinci also was a big slicer. That's how I think she got all the way to the US Open final, was just like ruining people's games with slices.
Yeah, so maybe that Bejlik's going to build a career based on that. I mean, probably the wrong group of people to ask, but like, why do we think maybe the slice isn't seen as often on the WTA tour?
Oh, that's a great question.
I don't know the answer. I'm not technically minded enough.
Where's Jack and Vanch when we need them?
Yeah,
I want Jack on this call.
I
honestly cannot think why. I know, like, when I used to play, I can maybe count the amount of times I've ever done a slice in a match. Like, it was just not something that was implemented. I don't know. It was just like, hit as hard as you can, because why not?
Interesting. Oh, so you used to play, Bianca?
I used to play, yeah. I used to play because I'm originally from Barbados, so I used to play there. I did a little bit of like junior ITF stuff, but I was very nervy person. So I feel like the juniors is there's a lot of mental games going on in there, and I was not handling it well.
And I suppose if you handle that well, that means that's going to make you into the kind of person that a professional player
would be.
So maybe, I don't know. But that's interesting. And I can imagine, especially with, I mean, those of us who've been to school probably would know, like, teenagers like to play mind games. So a lot of competitive teenagers all kind of hanging out with each other. I can't imagine.
The teenagers, but also parents, like the tennis parents, I have like trauma.
I think a lot of people have trauma from tennis parents.
Yeah, they're almost more intense than the kids.
You can see that in players' boxes still.
Yeah.
Right? Even when they're adults.
I mean, yeah, we all know the drama with Tsitsipas' family, so.
Oh, Lord.
Like his dad, the way he behaves is just so familiar to me. I'm like, I feel like I've seen like 4
I know that guy.
Absolutely. So obviously tomorrow, which will be second match on Rod Laver Arena tomorrow, Tsitsipas Berrettini. Which way do you think that one's going to go? Because that's a match I can easily see them both lose.
Well, I did add Tsitsipas in my power ranking, so I'm going to have to go with him, and hopefully he wins. But I do think he will win. I think he still has a bit more on him than Matteo has at the moment.
Okay, interesting. Even with the potential sort of back injury still niggling him.
Yes, I'm still going to go with him. I'm going to back him. I'm going to believe that he is playing with at least like some ability. Like, he wouldn't be playing if he really, really wasn't able to.
Fair. Although he's probably got a big chunk of points to defend as well, so he's probably hoping that he can regain some of them. Ashley, where are you at with Berrettini Tsitsipas?
You know that meme or that picture of Rob Lowe with the NFL hat on? That is me. I am just rooting and seeing what happens with that match. I don't know who is going to win. I do know that it has the potential to go to 5 and be more complicated than it needs to be. Do I think I'm going to lean Tsitsipas simply because he just tends to play really well in Australia. His track record is well known in Australia. But my gosh, that's a match where I'm like, if Berrettini won, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Like, all right, kind of that kind of makes sense. Yeah. So
I think I already know where Isabel's at with this. She might be kind of agreeing with Ghost in what he's just put in the chat, which I can't share. But are you of the are you kind of going the opposite way and thinking maybe Berrettini?
Okay, my personal feelings for Tsitsipas aside, I do think he'll win in that match. He has a better track record in Australia. Berrettini has just not really been on my radar, at least for a while. I don't know where he's been. I don't know what happened to his arm, but he's not it anymore. So regardless of how I feel about Stefanos personally, I do think he'll get through that match pretty easily.
Okay. Which, to be fair, Isabel's feelings about Stefanos are based. So I am on her side. I
know. I'm going to go contrary. I think Berrettini's winning that match. I think he's going to be physically fresher than Tsitsipas. And I think he's going to be a battle of the big serves. But I think that could break down if Tsitsipas has got a back issue. So I think there's a good chance that Berrettini is physically fresher, and I think he's going to knock Tsitsipas out and knock Tsitsipas out of the top 10. Because Tsitsipas will leave the
Or
top
will
10.
he drop out if he loses?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Have we seen Matteo play at all this year? I feel like I've not.
No, this is going to be his first tournament this year.
Okay.
When was he last play?
I don't even
The
remember.
professional journalist does not know when he last played. Quite frankly,
He hasn't
to me,
played since the US Open. He hasn't played since the US Open.
At all.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When he
And how
retired
far?
against Rinderknecht.
Yeah, sorry. How far did
He
he get in
retired-
the US Open?
Second round. He beat Umber in
that's
round
what-
1 in straights and then retired against Rinderknecht 6-4, 5-3 down.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to. I don't know what happened to Matteo.
Wimbledon,
So many things.
Nadal, Wimbledon. So many things happened to that poor kid.
Yeah.
It's Nadal Wimbledon?
No, Nadal was first because remember the 2019 U.S. Open, and then Wimbledon
that,
where
yeah.
he was favored. I can't remember which year it was. I think was it this year where he was favored going into
Did you
it.
mean 2020 Australia?
No,
2020 Australia?
I thought it was 2022 Wimbledon where everybody was picking him to win, and he got COVID.
Berrettini. Oh, yeah. Then he got ill. Yeah.
Oh, and then he lost to Andy Murray at last year's Australian Open, the 5-setter, where he had so many chances to win.
Yeah.
It's been a rough patch for my boy.
I mean, Berrettini Tsitsipas is one of the big first round clashes that everyone's excited for. Let's be honest. What are the other kind of first round matches that you guys are excited for, men's or women's side?
Naomi versus Caroline.
Yes.
Yeah, that's got to be.
Kenin versus Świątek.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's kind of box office. Not gonna lie. That's
You know, Sophia loves a round 1 upset, so if she brings her best in that one.
Sophia may like it, but Nick ain't gonna like it.
Ghost in the chat has Ghost in previous chats has basically saying, yeah, there you go, saying that he's backing Kenin for that upset. She's good enough to pull it off.
I want a camera on Nick if that happens.
I am not doing that stream.
My only hope is that if she does it, she will win the next match and not just like crash out.
Well, yeah, because the winner of that match has got Collins or Kerber.
Bianca, you know how these WTA girlies be. you know how they be. They peak and then they just forget how to play tennis. And I'm like, okay. All right, guys.
Here's a question I asked on WTA. Oh, actually, I might come back to that because Leylah Fernandez at love 30. She's just put a cross-court forehand over the baseline and putting Bejlik back into this match. So might be worth focusing on this because there might be some drama coming up. But I do have a question that I asked and then got put out on Twitter by Talking Tennis. But we're going to check out and see if Fernandez can dig herself out of trouble here. Goes first serve into the net. That's not going to help her. Everyone else probably already knows what happened. I don't care. Second serve, Fernandez in her lilac dress goes up the tee, backhand play from Bejlik to the backhand slice from Fernandez, forehand up the line from Bejlik, backhand cross court from Fernandez is wide. And it's love 40 for Bejlik. Chances to get back on serve in this first set and make this a competitive match. She's been holding her own since that sort of slightly nervy start in that opening service game for Bejlik, and she's fist pumping. Again, that slice may be catching Leylah out a bit. And Leylah's slice definitely not as confident as Bejlik's from seeing this. So, cross-court serve from Leylah. It's a forehand into the net from Bejlik. So, first break point save, 15-40. We have got... so, your Bejlik's getting ready to receive the next serve. Fernandez bounces the ball, getting ready. No, she's under a little bit of pressure. 2 break points. Serves into the net. So second serve. Resets. Fernandez, a player who likes to stay active, stay energized, always bouncing, always moving. Now serves, body serve, backhand in play from Bejlik, forehand cross-court Fernandez, forehand up the line from Bejlik, backhand Fernandez just clears the net, backhand Bejlik to the backhand of Fernandez who changes direction, forehand Bejlik to the backhand of Fernandez, cross-court Bikes have to really chase that down. Fernandez has to really pick it up her feet, though. Bikes now attacking with her forehand. Now she's still resiliently chasing down that one. Slice from Fernandez. Forehand from Bikes. The backhand of Fernandez. Forehand Bike cross court. Backhand of Fernandez cross court to Bikes. Forehand moonballed. Now Fernandez is going to try on the attack, but Bikes going to slice it. Backhand Fernandez cross court. Backhand Bike to the backhand of Fernandez goes up the line. Forehand. They're still running this one down. This is a brilliant rally right here. This is going to go in the highlight reel. Moonball from Fernandez under pressure. Bike from Fernandez. Fernandez hits the inside out forehand on the line for a winner. What a way to finish an epic rally. I had fun with that. That was a good rally.
She could have won that point like 10 balls though. She went cross court when she had the upper. She went back instead of going into the open court, and I'm like, girl, okay.
I do feel like both players had opportunities to maybe get a bit more on the front foot. Maybe.
Yes, it was. I was stressed out. I was like, girl, please.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah. So here we go. Great serve from Fernandez up the tee. No, she's missed it. So second serve. Never mind. That would have been a nice ace there. Very well placed. Had it actually landed in the court. Never mind. I'm talking nonsense. As usual. 30-40. Break point for Bejlik, who attacked with the forehand. Backhand Fernandez just clears the net. Slice from Bejlik. Drop shot even. And that's too good. Fernandez can't run it down, even with her speed. Bejlik's apologising because she thinks it may have clipped the net. 3 games all. We're back on serve. Yeah, I think that Ashley, that slice from Bejlik helping her out there.
The professional journalist at it again.
It's a really good drop shot, actually.
By the way, guys, I am not a professional journalist in any stretch of the imagination.
But you will be soon.
Please.
I believe in you, Ashley.
Please. I'm just trying to graduate. Please. Oh, man. No.
So
I just...
Yeah.
Go ahead. On. Yeah. Go ahead.
I thought you finished. I'm not paying attention. Great as a back's got an overhead here. Goes cross court. Too good. Fernandez can't pick it up. Yeah. Isabel, what helped Bejlik break back in that game?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? All your words kind of got muddled together.
Yeah, that happens a lot. What helped Bejlik break back in that game?
You know, I mean, again, I'm not a technical person, so I don't really know. I've been watching it and kind of just impressed, but so I can't really say what exactly is going on here. But you know, I'm not really seeing any like faltering from Fernandez, which is good. So I would guess that Sara is just, she's kind of found her footing in this match, and she's pushing a lot harder. She's not letting as many balls get by. So, which
is critical for Fernandez. Yeah, she can use her ability to redirect with the power really well to get balls by you're not expecting. Bike's just gone along with that forehand. So 30-15, Fernandez. Yeah, Fernandez isn't going to go away easily in this match. That's for sure.
It could have been that since, you know, she probably doesn't play a lot of lefty. Either of them play a lot of lefties. You know, Leylah got like the first, you know, kind of coming out strong. So she was able to take advantage of that. And Sara had to kind of adjust to playing to someone like herself for the first few games.
That's distinctly possible. That is distinctly possible. I'm seeing some great rallies here again. Backhand from Fernandez, forehand back, rocket up the line. Fernandez has to really defend for it. Like, Bike's going up the line a lot, trying to move Fernandez around. Has to go really close to the line for that one, though, and forces an error from Fernandez on the cross court, 40-15, Bejlik, to try and go to the change of ends with a lead for the first time in the match, although it is still with serve. So we'll get this one more point, and then we'll go to a change of ends, and then we'll get the conversation flowing again. I want to see how this point turns out. 40-15. Bejlik serves, body serve to Fernandez, elicits an error. Bejlik fist pump. She's going to the chair at 4-3. Bianca, what are your thoughts on this sort of Bejlik mini comeback?
I mean, I thought we might see this. You know, those first few game nerves. She's settled down now, and hopefully she can. Right? Hopefully, no, I'm not rooting for her. We're rooting for Leylah. We'll see. We'll see.
Impartial stream, not really.
We're impartial. We're completely impartial, you guys.
I'm not.
Nobody here is impartial.
Never been impartial in my life.
Okay, guys, I might have to pause for a second. Me and my sister share one kind of messed up charger, and I think I have the messed up one. So my laptop is slowly dying right now. So I'm gonna run and get the good charger. I will be back.
All right. Well, we'll see you again. Right. So the question I was going to ask before things got interesting in that, really interesting in that match was, so the question I asked on Miles on WTA Weekly last week, and then John put this on Twitter. So I don't know whether you guys have waded in on this yet. Which of these players do you think is most likely to win a second Grand Slam? Sofia Kenin, Emma Raducanu, or Bianca Andreescu? Ashley is shocked by this question. She doesn't want to answer it. No, she's laughing.
No, because I was supposed to do the video, right? I never did.
Oh, did you do a video? Okay, don't necessarily want to spoil that then.
No, I didn't do one. I forgot. I forgot.
I haven't done one yet either, but I'm the one who asked the question.
I remember getting the DM, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, who would win? And my first thought was none. Because I'm just
this is a if one of them is going to win another one, which one's it going to be? Like, that's going to be if that scenario happens. And I appreciate for some people they not be necessarily super confident that is going to happen.
I'm going to tag in Isabel for this one. Tag for partner.
Oh, she's clearly very grateful that you've done that.
Tag in.
All right. Well, I mean, it's a tough question. I'm still considering. I mean, if I'm gonna take into my personal feelings, I would love for Andreescu to win a second slam. But I think in all likelihood, probably Raducanu. Just based on recent performance history, I know that Raducanu was gone for like 9 months of last year. And she's only coming back now, but she does look really good coming into this season. Andreescu, I haven't seen much of her in the last year. I haven't heard much. I think she's been dealing with injury after injury. And Kenin, I mean, why are we even asking that question? Like,
oh, okay.
Like, I'm sorry, that was so long ago. Like,
Kenin won her slam after Andreescu, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't that long after, though. It was like the following, like. Yeah,
it was the following slam. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the following slam. It wasn't that long, so it was the same amount of time.
But
but in terms of performance, I think Bianca has been better since winning a slam than Kenin has.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I'm with you. I think it'd be Raducanu just because the way she won the US Open, and I think she's a little bit younger compared to the other two. I'm kind of I'm leaning towards Emma out of the three to do it. But obviously, I think they're all capable of winning another one, but it's just sort of the likelihood of at some point in their careers, not necessarily in the short term, but I would definitely go with. I think there's something about Raducanu that makes me believe that she can do it again. And I think Andreescu with her various battles is just clearly struggling. Raducanu's round one is Anna Bogdan, I think. No, it's Shelby Rogers. Raducanu's round one is Shelby Rogers. Which is why I'm answering, because Ghost is asking. But yeah, Fernandez is just held for 4-all, by the way. So okay, well, related to that, I think we all three of us on this stream would really like this to happen. How confident are we that Leylah's going to win a slam in her career?
Like a percentage?
However you want to answer the question. It's you kick that ball in the direction you want to, Ashley.
But what if I Okay. All right. Well,
If you want to say 0% and be blunt, you can say that.
no. Why would I lie? Okay. Like, okay. Uh, a solid 60%. If a draw opens up for her, I can see it. I mean, she did go through like a whole bunch of people at the 2021 U.S. Open. You know, Svitolina, Osaka, Sabalenka, Kerber. Like, I mean, she went through a pretty tense gauntlet. But I do think now again, I can do whatever I want, Sean. I can, I can, I can do whatever though. However, I
No, you must
You
garner up
only
agree.
you only get one pass per stream.
I do what I can. I do what I please, Sean. All right, I'm the one on camera here. Anyway, I do think she has the capability to do it. I just think there are other players that have like passed her as far as like um, consistent performance. But I do think if a draw opens up and she kind of strings the wins together, she can do it.
That was a forehand up the line winner from Fernandez. She does stuff like that. I don't see why not. Yeah, Isabel, where are you at with that?
I think she's got a chance. You know, I don't know exactly when, but I think she's, you know, proved that she can knock out just about anyone. I mean, the amount of people she had the hardest draw in the U.S. Open that she got to the final, and she definitely had the more difficult one out of her and Raducanu.
Yes.
She had to take out everybody, and she did. So I think she's proved that she could do it. She might have to get a little bit of a luckier draw than others, but even so, I think she has a chance. You know, I can't exactly say when, but I believe. I have faith.
I don't think there's the point in predicting when. I just think is it possible? Yeah, I am a believer in Fernandez winning a slam. I can see why obviously the draw opening up a little bit, like she can get overwhelmed, but obviously she beat Sabalenka to get to that US Open final, which was okay. Sabalenka kind of faded a bit, but she also beat Osaka when she was on the brink of losing the match. Yeah, I can see Fernandez putting together a special run, like you said, Isabel, and I definitely, and if Kerber can win a slam, 3 slams with a similar game style,
yeah,
then
I do think Sabalenka is much harder to beat now than she was 3 years ago.
How does Leylah? Because Leylah doesn't match up well with Iga, because I think every time Iga's played her so far, it's been fairly one-sided. Rybakina could be a similar problem, but I could see her frustrating Rybakina. Fernandez.
Yeah.
We're kind of, I think, are we hoping? I mean, obviously, no offense to Bejlik, because she's actually making this a very interesting match to watch, by the way. I'm seeing some lovely tennis from both now on my screen. But Fernandez Goff, which could happen in round 3, I'd be fascinated to see that, because that's going to be a battle of really like athleticism, defense. They're going to be all over the court.
Oh, that would be so exciting. Yeah.
I want that round 3 to happen.
I think who do you think would come out on top with that match, though? Because I think in my draw that we did for our fantasy league, I think I picked Coco.
Oh, I picked Coco to win it.
Yeah.
Like at the moment, Coco beats Leylah, but I can see a scenario later on in the year, maybe if they play again at the US Open, or even at the French Open, where Leylah wins it. I mean, we were so close to a Leylah Coco semi-final at the French a couple of years ago, and then Leylah got injured. That would have been great. Like on clay, those two would be incredible to watch. Yeah, I would. I mean, look, if we get Bejlik Coco, great. But like Leylah Coco, that's going to be fun. Although I don't know how you feel when you have 2 people that you like playing with each other.
Especially for me, if it were Leylah and Coco, you know, I'm dual American Canadian, so yeah, I would be pretty torn. I can't even pick a nationality to root for at that point.
God bless America. That's no way.
Ashley doesn't have that problem.
I do not. I do not. I am rooting for Coco. God bless America. Go USA. Go Coco. Um, I love Leylah, love her down. She's so great. I think she's fabulous. But if it came to that match, I'm picking Coco to win. But I do think them on clay would be box office. It would be, I mean, them anywhere would be box office, but especially clay. That would be fun to watch.
Yeah, and I think my point is, I think Leylah can beat Coco. I just don't know if it's this tournament. But we'll see. Let's see how she comes through this match. Inside out forehand return long from Bejlik, 5-all. Tight set already.
Remember when this was 3-1, I think?
Yeah. Yeah, we were like, oh yeah, like.
Then we remember Leylah Fernandez. There's nothing easy.
Yeah. Are you, Matthew? Are you referring to the timing for Leylah, or Bejlik? Just interested to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, Leylah's timing is good. And like her ability to redirect is incredible. Fantastic net skills though, as she wins that backhand volley as well. That doubles is helping out. I'm kind of a little bit sad that Taylor's broken up. As in Taylor Townsend and Leylah Fernandez.
They broke up?
I don't think they're playing again. Like I think Townsend's going with Haddad Maia.
Yeah, she played doubles in Adelaide and won with Haddad Maia. So
Well,
that's
did they say why? They were such a good team.
They kept on getting close to wins and never actually doing it. But I don't think they've said it. Like it's not been in a formal match. It's Taylor Townsend started playing with Beatrice Haddad Maia.
You know Taylor be bouncing around with partners. She can play doubles with anybody.
It's an open doubles relationship.
Oh, that's one way to describe it, I guess. All right. Hey now. Okay.
The match of theirs that I got to see at the US Open live was the best match that I saw at my weekend at the tournament. I got there and the stadium was like empty because everyone was at the Djokovic match. So there were like 5 of us watching this doubles match, and it got so crazy.
Yes, I remember that. That ended up being one of the best matches of the whole tournament.
It was so good. And eventually,
I think it was the best match of the tournament.
Yeah, it was incredible. They were so fun to watch live. It was the third set tiebreak went to like 13-11 or something like that. Like it was crazy. And all the people from the Djokovic match eventually like left that match because it was so boring and came over and started watching this one. Oh my god, it was so great. I'm really disappointed. I really liked watching them play together.
Yeah, I mean, look, I haven't said anything official. It's just I haven't seen Taylor Townsend playing with Leylah for a while, not since Guadalajara. Because this year, she's played with Haddad Maia. Is she? Doesn't say. Like, I don't know about the doubles plans. For some reason, Townsend's been playing like ITFs in doubles and singles. Yeah, hard to say, but yeah, that's an interesting one. Anyway, so well, maybe we're wrong. We like basically what the outcome from this conversation is. We're hoping that Taylor Townsend and Leylah Fernandez play doubles again together.
Yeah, get back together.
Who's we? Because you were the one that insinuated that they broke up. I just said that she played with Haddad Maia at Adelaide.
I'm sure I saw something about this that like Taylor's going to be playing with Haddad Maia. Break point for Fernandez, by the way.
They're pretty neck and neck.
The girlies are tussling.
Yeah.
That's what we love to see.
Yeah, really, actually, really good. It's been a good match, actually. I know we haven't been talking a lot about it, but like, yeah, in the background, it's been working pretty well. Yeah, I can't find anything now. Maybe I'm making stuff up, but well, let's see what the women's doubles. Actually, yeah, women's doubles entry list, Australian Open doubles entry list. Looks like Fernandez has saved that break point.
Oh, they even changed the little cam for the what is it called? Hawkeye. It's very sleek.
Oh, that's a beautiful backhand up the line from Fernandez, but he just misses it and she's frustrated. Advantage Bejlik. That's going to be frustrating for her.
I think this is going to go to a tiebreak.
Tiebreak.
And we'll definitely be bringing that to you wherever we can. Yeah, I'm not seeing Fernandez and Townsend on the seeds for the women's doubles.
That's disappointing.
Matek Sands is on the list. She's playing with Won Jun Yu to answer Ghost's question. Yeah,
I thought she retired.
No, she's still going.
I thought. Well, I guess I made that up. That's crazy.
I can see why you thought she was retired. She was out with injury for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, you know who else is broken up is who's definitely broken up is Katerina Siniakova and Barbora Krejcikova. Like they're not playing together anymore. Krejcikova is going with Lara Siegmund and Katerina Siniakova is going with Storm Hunter.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've decided not to play together. Yeah, no, I've got it. Townsend and Haddad Meyer are playing in the Australian Open doubles.
I wonder if maybe Leylah just wanted to focus more on her singles run.
That would make sense.
It's been a minute, you know.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Like other players have done that in the past. Like
I'd rather it be that than they weren't getting along.
Oh, I find it difficult to believe they wouldn't get along.
I feel like, you know, Taylor, well, except for a few people, I feel like Taylor is like a pretty easy person to get along with, you know. So I definitely think it was probably like, you know, Leylah wants to focus on her singles a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think she'll understand. And well, let's face it. Yeah, I think Taylor Townsend's definitely, although she's a very, very good singles player, definitely, like, even since a junior, has been stronger in the doubles. So, but yeah, hopefully, yeah, I would say that it looks like they would get on well, but yeah, wouldn't blame Leylah for wanting to focus on singles, especially if things are starting to pick up. But yeah, Coco Gauff and Jessica Pegula are the top seeds in the women's doubles.
My other favorite women's doubles team.
Yeah, maybe they can finally win a major together.
We'll see.
Anyway, let's see if we can get this match into a tie break. It's 5-6, 15-love on the Fernandez serve on the Kia Arena at Melbourne. It's 1 a.m. in the UK right now. It's probably 12 o'clock in Australia at midday. Forehand up the line from Bike, putting Fernandez under pressure, and now has waiting to hit the inside out forehand. Great strike from Bike, although she missed it. She missed it because the camera angle really messed me up there. 30 love to Fernandez. I think Bike was teeing it up, goes inside out, misses it by quite a bit. That's going to help Fernandez. That's going to be a bit of a gimme for Fernandez. But yeah, so I would say the other matches at the Australian Open are going to be starting soon. So like the main court matches. So Sinner Botic van der Zandschulp is going to be getting underway. And very shortly will be Fabian Marozsan against Marin Cilic, which Damien's going to be covering on another stream. But stick with us because we're much more fun.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure Damien wouldn't argue with that.
I think Damien's a fun guy.
He's not fun.
Okay.
Hey, there's a difference between more fun and not fun.
Okay, well, yes. I know how English works.
Anyway, 40 love Leylah Fernandez take us into a tiebreak in the first set. Out wide on the first serve, forehand into play from Bejlik. Fernandez goes up the line with her forehand. Wonderful redirection, doing what she does best. Too good for Bejlik, and it's tiebreak time in Melbourne. Are we ready?
Tiebreak. I'm never ready for tiebreaks. So,
what do we think? Who's winning this tiebreak?
I'm gonna give the edge to Leylah, but I think it'll be pretty tight.
Yeah, I'll go Leylah.
Yeah. I think I would probably agree with that. Oh, we have our first set. We've had 2 people win sets so far this tournament. As we're going to around at the minute, backhand up the line from Bejlik, forehand Bejlik to the Fernandez forehand. The trading forehands at the middle of the court at the minute. Backhand Fernandez right to Bejlik, but it goes over the baseline. Bejlik gets the first point 1-0. Yes, so far we've got our first sets one of the tournament with Rakhimova going a set up against Bektas, Bronzetti going a set up against Serenko, and Jaime Nunar going a set up on Alexander Shevchenko. I'll probably do a bit of a scores on the doors update from around the grounds once this tiebreak is done. Fernandez is going to be serving it 0-1 in this tiebreak, goes out wide with the serve but misses it. We have Bianca back in time for the tiebreak. Hello. Got your laptop sorted?
Hello, yes. It was looking a little hairy there for a moment, but we're back.
Have you managed to keep an eye on what's been going on?
Yes, I've been listening to you guys on my phone, and I wish I was a part of that who would win on the second Grand Slam first conversation.
I will let you come in and give your opinions on that maybe after this tiebreak. We're at 1-1. Bejlik has just dropped her racket, frustrated about putting that shot in the net. So yeah, what we'll probably do is we'll cover the tiebreak. Then we'll do then I'll do a quick score update from around the grounds, and then we'll come to Bianca's answer on the first one to win us. Which of these is going to win a second Grand Slam first? Great deep shot from Fernandez, who then tries to go back behind Bejlik, overdoes it, and Bejlik now has the mini break 2-1. That was a definite unforced error from Leylah Fernandez there. I don't know if that was a mishit because it looked like it came off the frame rather than the strings, but
it was a mishit. It was a mishit.
Yeah, because I also do think it was a bit of an ambitious shot going back behind at that angle, but maybe it was a mishit.
It was a bit of porque no las dos. It was a bit of both. You know,
that called for Bejlik give Fernandez the chance to come into the net, put her under pressure, and finish it and get that mini break back 2-2. So a little bit of luck falling back in Fernandez's favour there. But it balances out. Here we go. Bejlik is serving out wide. Great return from Fernandez, putting Bejlik under pressure. Fernandez comes in behind it, slices, then has to finish at the net. What a volley from Fernandez. Picks it out. Looked awkward, but she gets the job done, and now she's 3-2 up with a mini break. That turned around quick.
Never challenge a doubles player at the net, you know.
Her net skills has definitely improved from playing that year on doubles with Taylor Townsend. Bejlik is definitely looking very frustrated right now. Serves box from Leylah. Forehand. Oh, something bad's going to happen. Forehand cross court from Leylah. The forehand of Bejlik cross court. Really great putting Fernandez under pressure. Bejlik goes back behind for a winner. Really well constructed point from the Czech, and we're back on serve 3-3.
I forgot I wasn't muted, and I'm ahead for once in my life.
You're not ahead by that much, to be fair. Like, only a couple of shots behind. I'm only a couple of shots behind you. So
I apologize.
Don't apologize. I like spoilers.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was so we're just changing ends there. Yeah, that was Isabel, that was really good point construction there for Bejlik.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any further things to say that
Yes, it was. I agree wholeheartedly, Nick. It was good point construction.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I'm glad that I feel positively reinforced.
Oh, I mean, I don't know if any of us have the technical whereabouts with this to argue whether if it wasn't us.
Neither do I, so I'm just anyway. Fernandez has just gone wrong with hand, and it's 4-3 to Bejlik. So this is going to be one of those tie breaks, isn't it? Because so far the last few points have been won against the serve, by luck or unforced error. So definitely dramatic, this tiebreak. Fernandez gets that return in play from the Bajek serve. Bajek goes really tight cross court. They're both really working as what a forehand from Fernandez. Almost out of court, fires it up the line. That's a Fernandez special for all. Yeah, that we're either seeing there's been moments of magic from both players, probably a little bit more from Fernandez. But so far, definitely a scrappy tiebreak. Great forehand up the line from Bajek, under pressure, slices that one. Fernandez now attacking the backhand up the line, moving Bajek, who's scrambling that back into up, but it's gone over the baseline. It's 5-4 Fernandez. She's 2 serves away from winning this tiebreak. However, I can't remember the last time someone won a point on their serve in this tiebreak.
How about 1 point ahead of you, and it's just still the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Cool. There you go. So let's see how we get to that place. Fernandez serves out wide, under pressure again, slice from Bajek, forehand Fernandez inside out. The back of the Bajek, Fernandez goes inside out, misses it just 6-5, 5-all. Yeah, that was again a little bit of an unforced error from Leylah Fernandez in this tiebreak. Already at the baseline to serve again, just bringing the energy, more passion. That's what we like. Here we go. Serves up the tee, returning to the net from Bajek, and Fernandez finally wins a point on serve. And now she's got to hope that Bajek doesn't suddenly start the trend of holding serves at 5-6, set point. And the Czech's taking a little bit longer to compose herself. She's going to the towel. She's definitely dragging things out a little bit more, unlike Fernandez, who likes to have a faster tempo in these situations. But she's staying back to her feet, keeping herself energized, keeping herself going.
I was doing one
Me and Bianca.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Me and
don't know
Bianca
what's
reacted
going
at
on.
the same
Great
time.
point.
Good grief! I wish I had Canadian streams.
the American is also ahead of you, by the way.
I'm fully aware. I'm keeping going. If you want to take this over, do feel free. We've got a forehand from Bajek up the line. Fernandez is scrapping that. This is a great rally. Oh, that's a horrible. I can see a horrible miscued backhand from Bajek, and it's 7-6 to Fernandez. First set done in just under an hour. That was a bit of a crazy tiebreak. Nice to have you here, Matthew. Hope you enjoy Rublev versus Wild. Just Eddie, Bianca, do you want to share your thoughts on that tiebreak, given you saw the outcome before everyone else?
I love when tiebreaks do that, when it's not everyone holding points on serve, because you never really know who's gonna take it. But Leylah's movement really got her that in the end there, and just unfortunate mishit from Bajek there. But yeah, that was good. And now I feel like we're either going to get two things. We're going to get Fernandez losing the next set and it goes to 3, or she wins the next set like 6-1.
There's no in between.
No nuance whatsoever, you know.
Fair enough. Okay, so just a bit of a round the grounds scores update. So Matteo Arnaldi and Adam Walton. Walton served for the first set 6-5, but now it's in a tie break, and Arnaldi's leading that tie break 3-1. Munar's already an early break up in the second set against Shevchenko, leading by a set. Sinner and Botic van der Sandschulp are warming up. Rakhimova is a game away from being the first person to win a match at the Australian Open against Bektas. Serenko has got points for a double break lead in the second set to take us into a third, and Hontama and Krejcikova are warming up. So yeah, maybe keep an eye and see if Rakhimova can be our first Australian Open winner. Go on, Bianca, wade in on this. Who is most likely to win a second Grand Slam, or is out of those three players that I mentioned, Raducanu, Kenin, or Andreescu?
I think it's Raducanu, especially after watching her. I've watched both her matches at, what tournament was that? Auckland. And everything is still there. Her skill is still there. All that she had that took her to that US Open, it's there. We just need the injuries to keep at bay. And I feel like she could absolutely do it again. Maybe not this year or next year, but she's so young. So I feel like she's absolutely the one that would be able to do it.
I mean, interesting you're saying like the skill that's still there. What's that kind of saying about Kenan and Andrescu?
I feel I love Bianca Andreescu. I really do. I watched her play in person, but I feel like the tear that she went on in 2019, I've just never seen that again. Like, where is that Bianca Andreescu? Whereas some of the things that Emma was doing in these matches, I was like, hold on a minute. I didn't know that she had such a good like backhand slice, good drop shot, like all these things that I was watching her bring out in these matches is just, she's so much more of a complete player than I even remember from 2021.
And Kenan, Ghost is getting very upset that we're writing off Kenan in this stream.
I don't know. Kenan is a question mark for me. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to think about her, because sometimes she's great and then sometimes she's just not there. So I don't really know where to put her, because she could be. We could get another random slam out of her and then she disappears again.
Fair enough. I mean, I do remember that Australian Open that she won was a little bit of a surprise that she won it. I mean, it was almost
more than a little.
Yeah. You know I like to underplay things, Isabel. I'm an understated Englishman. It's what I do. I could be in a Richard Curtis movie. But yeah.
I have a question.
Go on, Ashley.
Who is Richard Curtis?
Richard Curtis is an English comedy writer and director. So you probably would know his films. 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Love Actually, Notting Hill. He either directed or wrote the script, or both. Yesterday, that movie about the Beatles came out recently. That was him. If you're a fan of British comedies, he was involved in making Blackadder and The Vicar of Dibley.
I know Love Actually. I know that movie. I don't know anything else.
Yeah, he also did the film About Time for about 10 years ago.
Oh, I love that movie.
Such a good film.
Yeah, so Love Actually and About Time are one of 2 of the 3 movies that he directed and wrote the script.
I'm really glad you asked that question, Ashley, because I didn't know who that was either.
Okay. I didn't know how well known he was by Americans, because but that does that give you a kind of a vibe of like the kind of movies he makes?
Yeah.
I'm a great guy.
I'm curious, off topic of Richard Curtis. Is there anyone since we are so used to like first-time slam winners in the WTA, is there anyone in this tournament that we could look at and who would be a first-time slam winner and think like, yeah, maybe? Because you never know with the WTA.
Pegula, maybe?
My New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution was to not trust Jessica. So I love her down, but I can't trust her. But yeah, I mean, if she got it together, sure, why not?
I don't think she's well at the minute, she's been a bit off in the last couple of weeks. But if she turns it on, like I was thinking about her as a potential contender pre-tournament.
There's Sakari, but cricket.
You trust Sakari more than Pegula?
No, I don't trust anyone. I don't trust any of them. Listen, I'm just throwing names out there. I mean, she's out there.
Are you saying this specific Australian Open, Isabel?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a tougher question.
Oh well. Then maybe I do gotta trust Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica Pegula is the obvious answer. I would throw Elina Svitolina in there.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Tough draw. She'd have to. She could beat Swiatek, but like she's in Swiatek.
She's beaten her before, hasn't she?
She has at Wimbledon as well, so she's doable. I think it's definitely she could pull off the upset there. I think other people are playing it down.
Vera Andreeva,
Vera Andreeva, 16-year-old. slam winner? Something
I
that's
mean,
not Genghis?
I'd be here for it. Why not?
It'd be cool.
Give us stories, you know.
Oh, bike's broken. There was a tennis match going on, guys. Just to say.
What did I say? I said we could potentially be going to 3, and she's already broken in the first game.
It was the way that he said, "Oh."
I don't know if I want to keep going doing streams with you, Ashley, because all you just do is laugh at me.
Don't mean it. It was just so funny in the time because we were just like, yeah, Mira could win one, and then there's Nick like, oh, by the way, there's tennis.
Sean is throwing Jean Chin Wen as a potential first-time winner at this Australian Open. I could see that.
Potentially.
There's Queen Wen.
Yeah.
Who else is a
Leylah?
slam winner? Well, yeah, Leylah.
Let's get through this match and then we can
Let's, you know, the match that we're supposed to be commentating.
Sara Bejlik. Tell me
now we're just saying things. Now we're just throwing out names. Okay.
Emma Navarro.
You know, I mean, look, it really could be. You never know. I mean, how many like first-time slam winners have we had at every single slam in the last like 5 years? I think the only consistent one has been Iga.
Yeah,
So.
I think I did the way. I think the last 5 seasons, half the slams have been played have been won by Iga, Naomi, or Ash, and then everyone else who's won a slam has just won it once.
Shout out to my girl Naomi.
Last year, though, even though Arena and Coco were both new slam winners, it didn't feel like that felt right that they both won slams.
They felt like results had been coming.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't the only first-time winner last year.
And Marketa, but that felt
was
left field.
That was. Whew. Oh Lord, that was something. Oh yeah, there's Ons. You know, she ain't never won a slam.
True.
I didn't say Ons because I don't see. I like it could happen, but I would see it more likely on clay or grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably gonna happen on. Well, we've been saying that for the past 2 seasons, and guess
Maybe
what?
on clay. I think she's built up this. Wimbledon is too big in her mind now. Like I feel it would be hard for her to win it at this point. It's like an elusive title for her now, and especially watching the last one, the fear that was in her eyes from the moment she stepped on that court. I was like, oh no, she's not winning this.
I slept through that match. I had woken up at like 11 o'clock in the morning to that result, and I was like, there's no way. I was like, girl. I mean, like, shout out to Marketa because she bossed up. She did what she needed to do. But I was like, dang, Ons.
I wasn't surprised Marketa Vondrousova won a slam. I was surprised that it was that slam because of how good Ons was looking.
Yes. At first I was shocked that she won, but then after like the shock settled, I was like, you know what? Marketa has a game to win a slam. I just wasn't expecting Wimbledon, you know? And I was like, wow, okay.
I also missed that match, Ashley. I was at a bachelor party.
Yeah. Wow.
So I quickly turned on my phone to see like the end of the match because I saw the score and I was like, what the heck? So I was like, with this group of guys, like, excuse me, I'm just going to watch the tennis.
Yo, you really said that party was that lame that you said, I'm going to watch some tennis. Oh.
I mean, I've done that.
Honestly, I mean, I've done that too. No shade. No shade
the
here.
men's Wimbledon final, I had to go to work. Like, it was the start of the 5th set. I literally was like, my stomach's hurting. I literally went in the back and watched the end on my phone. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be functional if I don't see this. So
the fact that they were making you work on a Sunday, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. But I was out. I had decided I wanted to go out and venture into Indianapolis because it was like one of my free, like, last few weekends I had free over the summer. And I remember like I was going out and getting food and I was watching that match and it took everything in me to not like scream and shout in the middle of this restaurant because I was so happy for Carlos and I was like, oh, like nothing could ruin my mood that entire day because I was just so happy for him. I'm not even that big of an
rocket forehand return from Leylah Fernandez to get that game.
Oh yeah, she breaks back.
Back on serve.
Back on serve. Heck yeah. I
am really impressed with Leylah's movement in this match. Like she's everywhere.
Even when Miss Sara started to move up closer to the baseline, which is something that I noticed towards the end of the first set, which may have helped her kind of get back into that first set. Leylah was still able to move around and find herself some angles to where she can open the court up, even with Sara trying to apply some more baseline pressure.
And you said you can't do technical analysis.
Okay.
Great backhand just now from Leylah. Y'all will see. Well, Nick will see in 30 seconds.
Shall I just leave?
No, Nick, don't leave.
No, you're the best at doing the play-by-play commentary, so we need you.
Yeah, because we ain't gonna do no play-by-play.
No one want to have a go?
I've tried it in the past. I can't physically speak as quickly as you do, Nick.
I always have done it, but there's a lot of ooh and
I always start like tripping over my words, and I'm like, and now they're just the forehands like that.
I don't want to do it because I want to say something that everybody gonna be like, actually, you ain't supposed to say that.
Is it you have to turn the filter off?
Oh, wow, that's crazy. You're so right, though.
I know I can say that to you, Ashley. Either that or completely misjudged our friendship here.
You know me too well. You know me too well.
Bianca, do you want to have a go?
Okay, Leylah here, serving 40-15 to consolidate the break back. Okay, first serve is good. And is it good? No, first serve is not good.
She's really taking her time between points here.
Second serve. Okay, that must be a let. I've got my volume completely off, so I'm assuming that was a let.
Must be. Yeah. I don't know. You're
serve is good, and Sara pummels it into the net. Leylah holds.
There we go. And I've just seen the first serve being put in the net. The first serve being missed by Fernandez. So yeah, I can see why you're a little bit ahead. There you go. So there is a change of ends, 2-1. By that look. So yeah, that was a good job.
I really like Leylah's outfit.
It slays. Her
Lululemon kits are great. The little
so good
half shoulder thing.
They locked
pleats. Oh, color's great. I'm really into it.
Too bad I can't afford Lululemon, but they locked in for real. Shout out to everybody that has Fila on the WTA side. I'm so sorry, because they gave you an egregious kit.
I haven't seen it. What does it look like?
It looking like a dang sunset out there. Like, what in the world is this? Y'all ever seen word art? You know that like sunset version of like the word art and like Microsoft Word, like 2007. That's what they look like.
Dear.
It's bad. Like, ooh, I was like, dang.
Who's got the best kit lineup of the manufacturer of the Australian Open?
Coco. Her kit.
Always.
It's so good. Her and New Balance locked in. Oh my god. And she just dropped a new sneaker. Oh my god. I'm so excited.
Remember when we were all talking about how Coco might switch to Nike and then she came out with a new sneaker with New Balance? We're like, oh, that's not happening.
I really hope she does stay with them and grows with them instead of just becoming another player in the Nike pipeline.
Because her New Balance kits are so good. Her kit at the US Open 2022, I liked that kit. Like, she had like the little, I don't want to call it lace, but it was like kind of like a see-through mesh material over top of that colorful that.
I don't remember that at all. I have horrible memory when it comes to stuff like this.
It was such a fun kit. I feel like her kits with New Balance are always just so fun and vibrant, and it matches her personality, which I think Nike doesn't really do a good job of matching personality anymore. But it is what
Who
it
else?
is.
Who else is with New Balance?
That's an excellent question.
Is
I
it?
don't know.
Yeah,
Is it that, like they're just pouring everything into Coco?
Well,
Every,
she's probably their most successful player.
every
currently.
person that I'm thinking, well, there's Shohei Otani. Well, yeah, Shohei ain't got nothing.
Yeah, but we're talking tennis players, right? We're not talking baseball players.
Yeah, because that's why I'm like, why am I blanking? Because every player I'm thinking with New Balance is not a tennis player. I'm like, who is it?
Oh, Tommy Paul.
Oh, okay.
His kits are always boring, though.
Well, he's a boring white man. What do we expect?
You're not wrong.
I'm so sorry. That was coming out.
Woof.
Probably good thing Hanya's not watching this.
God. Hey,
Did any of you guys watch Breakpoint?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Right.
I watched the whole thing. Tommy Paul got a decent section of it. It's very interesting to see. I feel like it's so clear why there is no American men's Grand Slam champion. Just seeing how they operate versus how like Novak, Carlos, Holder, all them operate. It's just
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
the men are the American men. There's a lot of focus on like, oh, they're like very recognizable now ever since Francis Tiafoe like got to the semifinals. He's like, a lot of celebrities know me now. They're talking about brand deals and all this, that, and the third. And the episodes where it's on like Holger Rune and Alcaraz, they like eat, sleep, breathe tennis. They're only focused on tennis. And I'm like, I feel like I'm seeing something here. Why maybe potentially the American men aren't at this level. They're thinking about other things as well.
You know what that's called? That's called capitalism.
I
It's a shame Ghosty wasn't here for that comment.
oh dear.
I'm sure that we already know the result of this for most of you, but by the way, it is breakpoint for Fernandez. I think Bejlik just saved one according to the live score. Just
Still
seeing,
breakpoint for me.
Yeah, 40-30. So yeah, so 30-40, but Fernandez up the line wide to take it to 30-40. So Bejlik, it's interesting how the pace the two players are hitting here, because Fernandez is definitely someone who wants to have a fairly quick pace. Bejlik is very comfortable, kind of wanting to slow things down, and be and control a pace in a different way. But here we go. She serves, goes long on the first serve on my screen. So she's going to have a second serve. This is probably already got done. I don't know. But for those Europeans who are watching, I'm going to keep going. Box serve for the second serve. Forehand back, just clears the net. Backhand Fernandez into the net. Juiced, both breakpoints saved.
I'm curious, Bianca, because I'm interested in. I don't think you're wrong, but about why the American men aren't winning. But I do see a lot of the European players also getting brand deals, and doing underwear campaigns and stuff like that. But I'm curious, why do you think that that's not the case with the American women, but it is with the men?
That's a great question.
I don't know. I feel like also I have to take the show with lots of grains of salt, because there's some of the editing and some of the things they put in there, it's just not realistic. But maybe because there are so many other sports for men in America that are really big, and I feel like tennis is one of the more lucrative sports for women. Obviously, having Serena as well in America, there is that, like, I don't know, those footsteps that maybe the women want to follow into. And I don't know, I think
I mean, it's hard to say, but it's an interesting point that you make.
If I could provide another perspective, I think when it comes to the American men, I think part of it is for so long they had to deal with the trio of Rafa and Novak, and when really with Serena, I mean, like, yeah, Serena was dominant, but the American players kind of just started stepping up to the plate and, you know, challenging Serena. They may not have been always beating her, but they were challenging her, until eventually they got to the point of like beating her and started getting some wins under their belt. Not necessarily against her, but on a consistent level. So I think part of that is because of the competition on either side. And then also the way that men's tennis players are developed in America, it's very interesting. Because I see a lot of you see a lot of the quote unquote serve bots or whatever, you know, serve +1, serve big forehand. And that's every single time you hear it with you hear that those words with an American player. Ben Shelton, Francis Tiafoe, you name an American, serve forehand. It's about all they really talk about, which comes to be a problem because if you only have a serve where somebody is really good at attacking your serve, okay, what are you going to do? Do you have other parts of your game that are going to be able to attack that player, or maybe help you out when your plan A is not working? So I think the women's tennis players are more well-rounded than the men sometimes. And then competition, of course, dealing with 3 of the GOATs at the same time versus 1 kind of is a little bit beneficial, just for different perspective. I do think the aspect of, getting the brand deals and notoriety definitely plays a role into that. But yeah.
I completely agree with you, Ashley. I think, especially on the men, the sort of the style of tennis that the men are encouraged to play, that's big serve +1 forehand, worked very well a few years ago, is not necessarily the best way of playing tennis now.
It almost got John Isner a slam. That's the crazy part.
Which slam did he nearly win with that?
I was like,
2018 Wimbledon. He was almost there. He was a semifinalist.
He was.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's still very far away from almost.
Yeah. I think Roddick only won because of his serve too, but it he also wasn't a well-rounded player, and he just got lucky. He was coming in at the beginning of GOAT status with Roger, so he never would have been able to contend if he had come into the game 10 years later.
Roddick lucked out. Listen, when I say almost, I mean almost in terms of John Isner. I'm not almost in terms of the grand scheme of things, but almost in terms of John Isner. Was he a semifinalist somewhere else? No,
Wimbledon. No, just Wimbledon. He did win the Miami Masters.
That was 2019?
2018.
2018?
Yeah. 2018, yeah. He beat Zverev.
2019 was Roger, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2019 he lost to Roger in the final.
Okay. I knew he was somewhere among the deep had a deep tournament run in Miami in 2019. So
I'm curious though. If that's the way that men's tennis is taught to young players in the States, a lot of the American men don't have American coaches later in their careers, right? Yeah. So why doesn't their playing style adapt to that if they're being trained by someone who doesn't come from that sort of factory setting in America?
It's a good question. It could just be down to personality of, once something's ingrained, it's difficult to change. It's going to take a lot of work to do it. It was successfully done with Jim Courier, although his problem was very different. So I've heard that apparently when he was at he didn't really have a backhand, or his backhand was not his strongest shot. He was gripping it more like a baseball bat. And basically the Baltier Academy just decided that rather than try and fix the backhand, they just made him run around and hit forehands. And then he got a Spanish coach who taught him how to slice, and then he started winning slams. So it can happen. It has happened. But as to why the modern generation aren't doing it, I don't know. I mean, an American player who's a little bit more well-rounded is Sebi Korda, but he's got other problems.
Ooh, you never lie.
But you know why he might be more well-rounded? because his father is not American and he was a tennis player. So he probably was raised with a little more of that like European style.
Yeah, I would agree. Because like the first time I saw Sebi Korda play, I was like, oh, I think that might be America's next Grand Slam champion.
Oh, we got break points here.
I am willing to be wrong here.
I mean, you never know. Maybe in a few years, if Djokovic ever decides to retire, the field will open up dramatically.
I was going to say, once Djokovic is out of the way, then we can really.
You don't think Carlos and Jannik are going to lock it down?
Look, if Jannik makes a final, then like I'll pay money to somebody, because really I'm not on this Sinner train like everybody else. I'm really not. I don't.
Well,
like, I don't get it. I know. I knew.
I had a lot of people gasp like that when I put Holger Rune over Sinner in my.
I would also put him over Sinner, and I don't like him.
Okay.
Oh God!
And I would still put him over Sinner. I don't understand the world's obsession.
Leylah breaks, everyone. Just interrupting. Leylah breaks.
Yeah, someone needs to tell us when Leylah's broken, so Ashley can recover from this.
Oh, no.
I think the way he's beaten Djokovic recently has made me believe.
But Djokovic has a wrist injury. I just want to point that out.
When Jannik beat him.
You never know. I don't know.
And then Djokovic turned, like, they played 3 matches. Jannik won 2 of them. Like, Djokovic turned it up in the other one. So,
look, I'm happy to eat my words.
I've never seen Djokovic lose when it matters. Like, okay, he lost against Jannik, but there was still a possibility of him to come back. And when he got that chance, he won anyway. Yes, he lost to Di Minor in the United Cup, but it's the United Cup. Like, the matches where it really, really matters, he still is beating them. So
yeah, he brings it out for Grand Slams. He less so on ATP, you know.
But then we also know that Jannik can take it to Carlos.
Yeah, but he didn't win that match, did he?
He won other matches, though.
I'm just saying, he didn't win it when it really counted.
He won. There was Miami. They had that blockbuster last year. He won that one. Obviously, this is best of 3 and not best of 5.
I feel like we are slandering the Sinner for not having it when it matters. When has Holger had it when it matters?
I mean,
one does. Okay.
I'll admit. I'll be the first to admit that it's systemic, and all the young guys cannot bring it out when it counts. Right? They just can't. So, like, Jannik is not alone in that.
Free my boy from the slander.
Speaking of Sinner, he's a breakup on Votic van der Zandschulp in the first set, 3-2.
That's my dog right there.
Also around from the grounds, our first winner of the Australian Open, first match winner, is Kamila Rakhimova, who has won against Amina Bektas 6-4, 6-4. Around the grounds, we've got Arnaldi leading by a set and a break against Walton. Shevchenko is 2 sets to love down against Jaime Munar. Kotov and Rinderknecht has just got underway. Serenko had points for a double break, but now she's been pegged back to 5-5 in the second set by Bronzetti, who leads by a set. And Maijon Tama is a break-up 3-2 against Barbora Krejcikova.
Well,
why wasn't she in the question of could she win another slam again?
Because she wasn't in the same generation as. So I picked those 3 players because they're in about the same similar generation, similar kind of age bracket, whereas Krejcikova is a bit older.
She was trying to put herself in the WTA Big 3 question last year, and then disappeared subsequently.
Not her pulling a Zverev. That's crazy.
Oh no, it was probably worse than Zverev.
Ooh, you right. Also, I just want to put the record out there. I think Holger is a great player. Anytime I just got to defend my boy Jannik, I think Holger can actually do something. But I love my boy Jannik, but
I'm with you, Ashley. I'm on the Sinner train, and
if nobody got me, Nick got me.
I've never really been on the Holger train.
Oh dang! Oh.
I don't understand. I was impressed by how he beat Djokovic, but everyone keeps talking about sort of his variety and what he's got, and I just don't see it.
Okay.
There's one thing he does that I think could be something that will really help him. He takes the ball really early. Like, it catches people off guard sometimes. I don't know how he does it. He's almost inside the baseline. The ball is barely bounced and he's on it.
That's true. Yeah.
Just updating real quick. Leylah is a game away from winning the match. It is 5-2 in the
Good
second.
grief, that turned around quick. I mean,
What did Bianca say?
What did I say? I
What
won
did Bianca say?
off, but I feel like she pounces now.
It still counts.
So you think that Leylah's going to break to win this match then?
Yeah.
It's possible. Yeah.
All right,
Sara has not served all that well this set. She's not terrible, but she has not served all that great this set.
So this is Bejlik's fourth slam. It's not looking likely she's going to get past the first round here, and she's yet to do it. So obviously she's still 17. From what we've seen in this match, do you see? Are we seeing the sort of potential that people are getting excited about in Sara Bejlik?
I see some potential, and I always think that there's an edge for lefties and a need for more of them on the women's tour. So I definitely think she'll grow and do well.
Ashley agrees. Bianca?
Yeah. Like, this wasn't a complete whitewash from Leylah. Like,
Yeah.
Sara did fight back.
It was a battle.
She did. She came back really well in the first set.
Mm.
You know, she was down, what, 2-3-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did really well.
Y'all want some ice cream?
Sorry, that's on my end. There is.
It's
there is
1:44 a.m. There's no
What
ice
time
cream
is it
truck
where you are?
It's 5:45. No, there's an ice cream truck that goes around my neighborhood until like 9 p.m. I swear to God.
Oh wow! Okay. Can you imagine if I had an ice cream truck?
Leylah wins
driving
the
past
first
your house
points.
at
Left
2 a.m.?
15.
Oh man.
3 points away.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and especially if Bejlik gets that slice working properly, she's going to be very tricky to deal with as she matures in her career.
You know who pointed out that slice?
You
The
did.
professional journalist. Yeah,
You
I was
did.
eating a brownie when you asked that question, but I think I see the vision with Sara. I think she has a lot of pieces to her game, or a lot of tools to her game and how she plays. That could really be interesting in the future once she grows and matures and stuff like that. But she's fun to watch. She's entertaining. Those are like those rallies in the middle part of the first set. Those are pretty entertaining.
Yeah, fantastic rallies during that first set. Like, I was enjoying watching those and listening to and participating in our discussion. And we've got a really good rally going on here. Fernandez just makes that ball, but Bejlik crosses court with that, and it's too far away for Fernandez to reach. Although Fernandez's shot was just out. Very fancy graphics. You guys are right. So 15-all. So yeah, I mean, Bianca, do you want to tell us what's happening on your screen right now?
Well, it is 15:30, and my screen is just.
Right. Oh,
Oh,
we've
dear.
lost Bianca. We've lost Bianca.
Nar.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So we'll have to figure this one out. But yeah, Bejlik put a backhand into the net for 15:30. Really tricky one that's really close to her body. So that's what's going on there. So that's how we got to 15:30. Good. Thanks, Sean. Good to know you're enjoying the stream. We've definitely got some good tennis chat here. I enjoy having 4 people on, especially if we're all watching different matches
Ooh,
back in the old days. Here we go. Oh, Bianca's back.
Okay, I am frozen.
Maybe.
Love that.
Oh, we can hear you, Bianca.
Can
We
hear
just
you,
can't. You're
Bianca.
not moving. Oh dear.
Oh dear, we've got some problems.
We've
Technical
lost her.
difficulties. Please stand by. 15. So I think we've got a second serve for Bejlik on my screen. 15:30. We're an hour and 32 minutes into this match. Bejlik serves, body serve. Fernandez gets that back in, but it's a miss anyway. So Bajek's got a second serve here. Maybe that was the first set was a let, and that she took a while to reset between first serves. Serves. Backhand in play from Fernandez, backhand from Bejlik, backhand Fernandez up the line, forehand Bejlik cross court to the bias, Fernandez forehand bias. Drop shot from Bejlik, Fernandez goes back behind, sets up 2 match points. That was really good play from Leylah. Bianca's prediction may well be right. We've got 2 match points in the Kia Arena, not sponsored, but for Leylah Fernandez. 15:40. Fernandez bouncing on her feet, ready to receive this, ready to hopefully be the second player into the second round of the Australian Open 2024. Serve from Bejlik goes off the top of the net and out. She's got a second serve ready to go. This time she's quick to get into the second service motion, goes for it, goes up the middle, forehand Fernandez, forehand Bejlik is inside out, it's wide. Fernandez strides to the net, the victor, 7-6, 6-2. It was a bit rocky at first, but she's strode her way into the next round. The benefit of being a seed is that she doesn't have the difficult draws and she doesn't have to deal with Caroline Garcia like she did for all of 2023. And she marches into the second round of the Australian Open and maybe into a third round with Coco Gauff.
Who does she potentially play in the second round?
Second round, let's have a look. I think I saw it and I was like, I think I would favor Leylah in that match. Let's have a look. Tournament draws. But while we're finding the information, Ashley, was that Leylah's experience winning out today?
Yeah, I think it was Leylah's experience winning out today, especially navigating that that little patch where Sara was kind of finding her groove and made that first set a little bit more competitive than maybe she was anticipating. But I think once she got that really, when she won that point on serve in the tie break, it was really just all Leylah from there. She kind of locked in and just held steady in her own, and then the error started creeping back up into Sara's game. So I really do think Leylah's experience of navigating the ebbs and flows of a first round match, especially against someone you never played before, really helped play in there.
Of course, my Wi-Fi cut out. Like, what's going on? Am I living in a third world country?
Just Toronto.
Well, what happened in the end, guys? I didn't see.
Fernandez got the first break point at the first opportunity. Bejlik had an inside out forehand wide, so it's 7-6, 6-2 to Fernandez. And we were just talking about sort of what won it for Fernandez, really. I think experience there. I think we mentioned Leylah's movement and not that helped her kind of keep up and defend well against what Bejlik was throwing at her, especially with the slices, the drop shots, moving her around. Like, I don't think Bejlik really figured out how to hit through Leylah in that match. It would have taken a lot to deal with Leylah, who is looking very good at the minute. She's definitely looking pretty confident. I don't know if you agree with that, Isabel.
I do, yeah. I mean, she looked really good. She was moving really well. Covering the court spectacularly. I mean, her forehand was lightning. So, yeah, I'm confident in her going forward.
Yeah. So, to answer your question, she's playing either Alicia Parks or Daria Sneager in round 2.
I'd be interested to see her play against Daria because she had a big splash at the U.S. Open a couple years ago, and she was a really interesting style. So,
I think that was one of the first Talking Tennis streams we did. Because I remember there was 4 of us were watching different matches and I picked Halep Sneager and I was like, I think could be an upset here.
Yeah, it was close.
Pulled it off against Halep.
Yeah.
Which is the last time Halep played a professional tennis match.
Oh well,
wow.
Shame.
Oh no. Anyways.
Of course, she's one of the few players that I've actually seen live. I watched her win what was it even called? Rogers Cup, Canada Masters, National Bank Open. That's what it was called when she won it. Yeah.
Oh, Halep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was the same. That would have been the same year, wouldn't it? 22.
Yeah.
That was the I remember because I said, I think that makes Simona Halep the favorite for the US Open. Exits first round to Daria Sneager. Probably the worst title pick I've ever made on the internet.
Well, at least you mix it up. I'm probably the most biased when it comes to title pick. I'm growing though. Last year I picked Aryna Sabalenka to win every single Grand Slam.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's
When she's just my favorite. So, but now I'm like, I've picked someone different to win.
who did you pick?
So
Who
we
did you
shall see.
pick? We shall see. You're going to change your pick depending on who wins.
That's hilarious.
No, I think I'm confident in my pick this year. Hopefully, I don't know. I went from confident to I don't know by the end of the sentence.
I can't remember who I picked. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Y'all know who I picked. Y'all already know what time it is. It's-
Coco?
yeah, y'all already know what time it is. It's Coco time.
Oh, I picked Rabakina.
So have I. Yeah, I picked Rabakina as well.
Me and Bianca
Ooh.
were just we're like this.
I came very close to picking Rabakina.
Yeah.
But you know who I picked, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we already know what time it is. We already know.
Doesn't need saying.
Rhymes with Iga. Oh man.
Do you think this year Iga's going to focus on the other slams just a little bit more than the French, like maybe getting Wimbledon or even?
No, she's going to focus on getting the Olympics.
Oh,
Oh,
that's right. That's this year.
That's
about
her
that.
dream.
that is occurring this year.
Her dream is the Olympics.
One of them, yeah. Like her dad was an Olympian. He was in the sailing in the 1988 Olympics for Poland. Polish. It would like to say like rowing. Might have been rowing actually, but yeah, rowing. Quadruple sculls. They came fourth. They missed out on bronze by less than 1/10 of a second. So yeah, but yeah, she really, really wants an Olympic medal.
That would be good for Poland. I don't know
Yeah.
that they have a lot of Olympians.
I would quit tennis. I would quit my sport if I lost an Olympic medal by like less than 1/10 of a second. Like I would just be like, you know what? It was just never in the cards for me. Like,
So Iga really, really wants an Olympic medal. So I actually think because given its Roland Garros, the Olympics out this year, obviously she's going to be a heavy favorite to win it.
That's a great edge for her having it there.
But I'm wondering whether she skipped Wimbledon.
congratulations to Iga, gold medalist, the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Is it happening around the same time?
2
It
weeks.
should be, yeah.
2 weeks. Wimbledon is 2 weeks after or before?
2 weeks before. Wimbledon's 2 weeks before.
Ooh.
Because like everyone's got to go from anyone who wants to do well at the Olympics got to from clay to grass to clay again.
Well, there are some people that have been doing that anyway. The random clay tournaments that happen after.
Yeah, but
That's very true.
how well do they often do?
Ooh, I don't know because I can't. I feel like she might not skip it, but you might be right. I don't know.
I would be.
I hadn't
tempted
thought
to.
about it like that.
Listen, Oz, it's your. All I'm hearing is Oz, it's your time again. It's your time.
Don't jinx it. Come on. Don't jinx that poor woman.
I want her to win. I am desperate for her to win. I'm so desperate. Like, oh man.
Other things that are going on around the grounds. So obviously, as I said, like we've had 2 results so far, but in the women's draw, Leylah Steranko has taken it to a 3rd set against Lucia Bronzetti. Barbora Krejcikova has lost the 1st set against Mai Hontama 6-2, and Hontama the wild card from Japan. In the men's side, Hame Munar is leading by 2 sets and a break against Shevchenko. Arnoldi is leading by 2 sets against Adam Walton, and Yannick Sinner is 2 points away from the 1st set against Botic van der Zandschulp. And Rinda Kneck is a breakup on Kotov early on. So as you are up to date with everything, and I believe that we are doing a stream for Cilic versus Marajan. When that gets underway, obviously we're not there yet. I'm seeing Dane Sweeney and Francisco Cerundolo are coming out on court on Kia Arena after the Fernandez match. But yeah, we're in a. So yeah, that was fun. Enjoyed doing that with you guys. What matches are you going to be watching today after this?
I'm gonna set up for the JJ Wolf Baez match later.
Oh, that could be fun.
Yeah, I think it's a decent matchup. I'm curious, and I know Jethro will probably be crying throughout it. So
When is Jethro not crying for real?
Bianca has no idea what we're talking about. You realise this, right?
Like, what?
we have to get Bianca into our group chat.
There is a
We're out of the loop here.
popcorn tennis, talking tennis group chat where there's a lot of in jokes, and Jethro is someone who writes for Popcorn Tennis. He's been on the Talking Tennis before as a commentator, and his favourite players are Rafael Nadal, Diego Schwartzman, and Sebastian Baez.
Don't forget Dominic Thiem.
And Dominic Thiem.
Oh, okay. So he only knows pain.
Yeah, he only knows pain.
Exactly.
That man be going through it. Like, although Thiem might be able to, pull something off today.
I think
Who's he playing?
Felix. Thiem is playing Felix.
Okay. It's the battle
I
of
think
the
Thiem wins that one.
I think he definitely has a chance to get against Felix, and trust me, I love Felix. I support that man, but he's been letting me down lately, so I think Tommy has a chance.
Lord. That man. Oh man.
Yeah, he didn't really play United Cup. He kept on pulling out all his singles matches. I'm wondering if he's carrying some kind of injury. He only played mixed doubles. Felix.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
No, neither have I. But
as an ardent supporter of the Hopman Cup, I don't watch any United Cup content. So I don't be know what be going on for real. I just know the tournament happens and that's it.
So Isabel's going to be settling in for JJ Wolf and Byers and getting ready to text Jethro to drive the dagger in if JJ Wolf starts winning.
100%.
Although I would think that's more something Ashley would do.
No, I'll
wow.
You two bicker in that chat like brother and sister.
That's true, yeah.
Wow. I just caught a stray, albeit a correct stray, but I just caught one.
I never see anything that isn't the truth. Bianca, what's your match? What are you going to be watching for other matches today?
I don't have any more matches on the agenda. I'm going to my friend's birthday party in 30 minutes. So yeah, I have a lot of Capricorn friends. So for the last weekend, this weekend, and next weekend, they're all having birthday parties. I'm like, you guys, this is really disrupting my tennis watching schedule, but love y'all. So we'll be there.
Yeah. No, I feel like I've not birthdays, but like friends' weddings have disrupted my Wimbledons for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to stop finding happiness in your lives, people.
Wow. Okay. Well,
now that I thought about it, I actually do have a friend getting married during Wimbledon. So let's just hope it's not during any important match. You see me in the background, just like somewhere.
Like, yeah, I'm really happy for you, but I gotta watch this match.
Does anyone have any objection? Does anyone have any objection to this wedding? Yes. What? Ashley, what matches are you going to be following today?
I am currently, watching, my boy, Mr. Yannick Sinner.
Yannick Sinner, yeah.
I don't know if there's any other match that I'm going to be staying up for today. We'll see. But right now I'm currently watching Yannick, and he's already stressing me out. And I don't need this. But that's what I'm watching at the moment. And then after that match, I don't know. Maybe I'll lock in for JJ Wolf and Sebastian Baez, and hope that Jethro enjoys some peace in his life. It's just a little bit of peace,
Only a bit. I if I hated myself and didn't sleep, I would be watching Samsonova versus Anisimova. That's a big hitting match. I think that could be quite fun. Certainly upset territory. Yeah, certainly upset for maybe Samsonova on big upset alert for that one. And then other than that, I think the night session in Margaret Court Arena is probably going to catch my interest when I wake up for that. That's going to be Lynette Wozniacki, followed by Tiafoe Chorich.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm staying up for that.
No.
I mean,
could
I
do
don't
one.
have anything to do tomorrow for real.
She's thinking about it. She's thinking. No, she's not.
No.
We're not supporting Francis. He's not worth staying up for.
Oh, well, nobody's really worth messing up my sleep schedule at the beginning of the semester for. However, I've done it every single year, so we'll figure it out. So,
no, that does involve staying up for that one. Our producer.
I very inconveniently got a full-time job right as this started.
Oh, congratulations.
Congrats.
But I have to, my commute is like 2 hours each way. So I'm going to be missing like so much tennis in the evenings. And I can't stay up super late because I got to get up super early to go to work. And I'm like, why do I have to be employed? What?
Why do you have to be employed in something that isn't tennis related?
Right.
I honestly, although John is trying to get me to go to either the San Diego Open or Indian Wells this year if he can get press passes.
I mean, you can't turn those down.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I'll go. I'll figure it out.
Hmm.
I'll quit my full-time job.
Take that risk. Okay. Well, I hope that goes well. But yes, I feel your pain. I feel your pain with that. As someone else who works a full-time job. Okay. Well, I probably won't. I mean, I'll try and catch as much of Tiafoe Chorich as I can for you guys because I think that could be a fun one. And obviously, I really enjoy watching Francis Tiafoe.
I mean, I do too, just not at 3 o'clock in the morning. I love my boyfriend.
I'm with you, Ashley. Like, there's very few reasons for you to wake up at 3 o'clock or stay up wake up at 3 o'clock for a match. Like, it's gonna take a lot. I don't even do that for Iga.
The last time I did it was Rafa versus Daniil Medvedev, 2022 Australian Open final.
That was worth waking up for.
Well, you got to do it for the finals.
Yeah, that was the last time I did it.
Yeah. First few rounds you can skip.
Technically, I woke up in the middle of Carlos and Yannick at the 2022 U.S. Open, but that was because I could not sleep. And so I was just like, oh, I'll stay up and watch, and I regretted it. Sad day, but
Speaking of staying up, it's 2 a.m. for me. So
2 a.m. I'm surprised you're not. I'm surprised you hung in this long. That's crazy.
Because I like spending time with you lot, even if you do, make fun of me being somewhat behind.
I didn't make. Oh God.
Oh, I'm flying
the two of you.
It's everyone. But hopefully everyone's enjoyed our special kind of chaos that we bring to these streams when it's the three of us. Bianca, I don't know whether to welcome you or to apologize.
Wow.
Yes. I love having multiple people in here because I've done some streams where it's just me and I'm just like, I like bouncing off of everyone. It's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
She's one of us now.
One of us. One of us.
All right.
Well,
I think it's time for us to sign off.
Hopefully we do more of this in the future. And we'll do this again. Hop over and join our other stream where we're going to cover Marijan versus Cilic. And we've got other streams planned throughout the day. We're going to be covering Djokovic's match as well as Arena's Sabalenka's opening match, which obviously the evening session's in Rod Laver Arena. Thanks to all three of you for joining and making this a heck of a lot of fun. Great start to my Australian Open. Enjoy birthday parties, full-time jobs and sleep. Hopefully I'll see you all again over the next couple of weeks. And I will see the rest of you lovely viewers and commenters another time. Everyone take care and keep talking tennis.